I just wanted to do a another video to kind of discuss how to target specific software. So in the last video, I was targeting vulnerability on Windows 7. That's pretty well known. But if you didn't know how to do that, I wanted to kind of walk through that, how you would go from, okay, here's my Nmap scan to, all right, now I want to specifically target something. So there are, I mean, there's thousands and thousands of vulnerabilities out there, and trying to find the right one is always going to be difficult. So there are a couple websites that can help with that. Two of them that I typically use are rapid7.com/db. So this is actually from the makers of Metasploit framework. So this is a good place to search. So if I come in here and I look for Eternal Blue, you'll see that we're seeing some of those same modules that were already in Metasploit available to us. Same thing, ExploitDB. So I just searched ExploitDB for Eternal Blue, and there's three options for me. These are all in Python, so they're all standalone modules. And a cool thing with ExploitDB is it's actually made, it's run by the people that make Kali Linux offensive security. So you can come in here and you can do SearchSploit, which is a command line version of the exploit database. So if you don't have internet connection, you can come in here and you can query the same thing. So Eternal Blue, and you'll see that we are seeing the exact same three things over there that we're seeing over on the left in SearchSploit. So what I typically will do is, if I have, once I do my Nmap scan, I will identify the software and the version that it's running. So there are, let's use like a CMS for instance. So SearchSploit for, let's do simple CMS because that's one that I've ran across recently. So SearchSploit for simple CMS, you'll see that there are a couple vulnerabilities you can look at. And if you look at it in the web, it's going to pop up with this stuff. But if you wanted to look specifically at what these are in SearchSploit, one of the cool things you can do is you can come over here and you can say, all right, I'm just going to copy this, and then you do search exploit -x, so for the exploit, and then you can specify, oh, I totally, there we go. So this will actually display the contents of that exploit. So this is a Ruby module, so it's in the Metasploit framework, so you don't really need to look at it. You can go look at it in the MSF console, but you can look through the source code, and this is all offline on the Kali instance. So yeah, that's typically what I'll do. Another thing you can do is, if you have a piece of software and you don't want to specifically go to that because maybe they don't have it in ExploitDB or Rapid7 and it's just something on GitHub, I'll typically go to Google and I'll just type, so same thing, simple CMS exploit. And you'll see a lot of the times ExploitDB is right at the top because it's just fantastic for getting the exploit that you need. But you can dig through, see Rapid7 pops up again. Here's a GitHub version, but again, this is just for Metasploit framework. So sometimes you got to dig. For this capture the flag, you shouldn't have to look too hard. A lot of, if there are any vulnerabilities, I'm not saying that there is, but there might be. A lot of those are going to be in MSF, or there is a standalone script for them. So you should be able to find those pretty easy. But yeah, one of the big things is, as you can see, get simple CMS and then the version. So make sure you're trying to identify that version. Connecting to it, usually you'll be able to find the version. Nmap will sometimes display the version. Sometimes as soon as you connect to it, it just spits out, hey, and you're connecting to a HTTP server running this version. So yeah, go ahead and use that, and hopefully that'll help you find some of those exploits.